The Little Bakery on Main Street. Lena had always loved baking, ever since she was a little girl. Her mother would often find her in the kitchen, mixing up some batter and making a mess. But Lena's passion for baking didn't end when she grew up. She went to culinary school and started working at a fancy restaurant in the city. However, something was missing. One day, Lena stumbled upon a small bakery for sale in a charming town called Maplewood. It was a tiny shop on Main Street, with a sign that read Sweet Treats Bakery. The owner, an elderly woman named Mrs. Johnson, was retiring and looking for someone to take over her business. Lena was ecstatic. She knew that this was the opportunity she had been waiting for. She quit her job at the restaurant and bought the bakery. She spent weeks fixing it up, painting the walls, and installing new equipment. Finally, the day arrived for her to open her little bakery. The town was buzzing with excitement. Everyone was curious to see what the new owner had in store for them. Lena had decided to keep some of Mrs. Johnson's classic recipes, but she also added some of her own creations. She made cupcakes with fluffy frosting, apple pies with a crispy crust, and warm cinnamon rolls that melted in your mouth. Her bakery smelled like a sweet paradise. Business was slow at first, but Lena didn't give up. She put up flyers around town, advertised on social media, and even made samples for the locals to try. Slowly but surely, her bakery began to gain popularity. People would come from all over just to taste her delicious treats. Lena loved her little bakery on Main Street. She would wake up early every morning to bake fresh bread and pastries, and she would stay up late decorating cakes for special occasions. She had become a part of the community, chatting with the locals and learning about their lives. One day, a little girl came into the bakery with her mother. She was holding a flyer that Lena had put up around town, advertising her famous chocolate chip cookies. The little girl's eyes widened with excitement as she looked at the treats in the display case. She turned to her mother and said, "Mummy, can we get one of everything?" Lena smiled and handed the little girl a chocolate chip cookie. She watched as the girl took a bite and smiled with joy. It was moments like these that made Lena's heart sing. As the years went by, Lena's bakery became a staple in the town. The locals would gather there for morning coffee, birthday cakes, and everything in between. Lena had found her true calling in life, and she was grateful for the little bakery on Main Street that had brought her so much happiness. The end.